Hey everybody, welcome back to some more early morning barking, talking about BPD and NPD by somebody that has both. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe buttons, and I think there's a bell down there I'm supposed to ask you to click on. Click on that, please. And do all the socially things scrolling past you on the screen. Little appeal, do follow me on Twitter at Barking, because I've been posting a lot of stuff recently, and the best place to put it all is on Twitter so that I don't swamp you on YouTube and that kind of thing. So if you want to get a link to all of the things I've been doing, then please pop over to Twitter. Don't use it other than that. It's an absolute cesspool of a website and the worst thing mankind has ever created. But that's just my humble opinion. Anyway, I want to talk to you about forming new habits. Forming new habits is something that is remarkably hard, especially if you've got personality disorders, right? And we tend to feel like we've got a lot of habits that we need to sort one way or another, whether it's getting rid of a bad habit or creating a new good habit. Habits need dealing with one way or another. I myself, a lot of bad habits, some good habits, not many, but an increasing number of them. And the more I do, the easier it's getting. And I've sort of figured out how I do it, and I figured that sharing it with you would be useful, potentially. So I've had a couple of things that I've needed to sort out over the years. And what I tended to do was look at the habit that I wanted to create and make it as big as possible. Right? So, for example, when I'm having trouble working, I want to set a new work habit, right? Be that do work before this happens, do work at a particular time on a particular day, do a particular job on a particular day, all these kinds of things. I want to get into a new habit. So what I do is I look at all the things I need to do and I cram as much as I can do into a Monday. And then I build it up as this big important thing, and Monday's the next day of the rest of my life and all that sort of thing. And then Monday comes around and it is so daunting, I don't get anything done. And my habit fails. It never starts, right? It never starts. And it's a rinse and repeat thing, right? I've done that so many times. And it's because I'm aiming too big. I'm trying to do things that I couldn't possibly suddenly start doing, right? We're looking at an amount of stuff to do that needs building up over time, right? And I can't just jump into it. It will take me displaying behaviors that I've never been capable of displaying before to jump into this mammoth task. So it's too big and my new habit fails. And that pressure comes out in another way, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be that I have set too much to do. It just needs to be that I've put too much pressure on it. And I can do that by constantly talking about this habit I'm going to make, doing little graphs and charts to tick things off, getting habit forming apps on the go, all these things, making this habit the center and focus of my universe. And that always, for me, put too much pressure on things and made me fail. No new habits for me today. Very sad. And then I had a thought, right? There's two things here, and the first one's kind of obvious, right? If you're trying to do too much, and I've talked about this before, this is nothing new, you break it up into smaller chunks. You try and do fewer things. Instead of filling my day with work, why don't I just try and do this one thing today? Why don't I just try and do what I can do? And then as I get more into the habit of doing stuff, it's going to be easier for me to do more stuff. And consequently, this week, I've posted early morning barking content every day of the week. I'm quite pleased with that. New habits are starting to form. And the real key, whilst keeping things under control in terms of goals, what I found is this. I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. Right? No one. I barely acknowledged it to myself. Let me give you another example, right? When I was in the depths of despair and depression and suicidal ideation with BPD, the first thing that goes down the toilet is self-care, right? Cleaning yourself, washing yourself, all eating right, all of that stuff. The things that you say you did it once and people go, ugh. All that stuff, right? And for ages, I just didn't brush my teeth because I didn't give a shit, right? It's that simple. And I needed to get into this new habit. And I was trying all sorts of things to remind myself to brush my teeth. And not just like, a morning thing, but a nighttime thing, and get it into a routine. And it took me ages to try and figure out how to do it until I eventually stopped thinking about it. I really just stopped putting pressure on it. I kind of made it a secret goal. I didn't talk to anyone about it. I didn't make little graphs and charts to tick off and put crosses in boxes. I didn't actually do any of this. I just kept in mind little things like, I want to brush my teeth before I go to bed. And now I'm way into a point where I can't go to bed until I brush my teeth. Like, I can't anymore. That habit is now cut in stone. And along with some others, little daily habits, little things to do at the right time in the right way kind of things, this approach of taking things slowly, a little bit at a time, but also just really working to not put pressure on yourself. You already don't have this new habit, right? Okay? Where you are is as bad as it's going to get with this habit, because you don't do it. So let's remove the pressure. Doing it once is a bonus. Doing it twice is unbelievable. Doing it 3 times, now we're onto something, right? Take the pressure off. You didn't do the thing before. And I know you want to do the thing, but that's what we're doing. And we know that if we try and rush into it, we'll fail. In the same way that if you get in your car and slam on the accelerator, the wheels will spin and you don't go anywhere. But it sure makes a lot of noise. And I think we sort of work the same way with habits. Just ease into it. Don't put that pressure on yourself and don't aim too big. Have that quiet moment to yourself with little things. I enjoyed that. Hey, you know what? I can't go to bed now until I brush my teeth. And I hadn't really been talking to anyone about it. I hadn't really been thinking about it. But I managed it. I got there. It just took just a few days. Just a few days of that. When you go to the bathroom before bed, just, hey, I can do this now. Let's just do it. Come on, just do it. And then you've done it, and then you feel better, and you feel cleaner, and you feel nicer and fresher, and all the things you feel when you brush your teeth. And you did that habit. And one day, after this low pressure, let's just try it today. Eventually you realize, I've been doing this for months. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. And it feels good. And now I can't not do it. I'd have to break this new habit. So if I can do that, you can too. Really. I am not good at habit setting, and I'm managing it now. So I think you lot should have a much better chance than me. So I hope that helps. I just needed to take the pressure off. It's been a heavy week, and quite frankly, yeah, if I write the word relationship one more time this week, I'm just going to break down into tears again. So thank you for listening to a bit of an easier video. And go and check out my Patreon. Anyway, it's got lots of new stuff on there. I've been posting on there. I've got a new podcast episode out. Go and look at my Twitter @barking, or the website earlymorningbarking.com, and that has everything you need to know on there, and links to everything and embedded stuff and all of that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. See you later. Bye bye.